Welcome to Be Less Stupid, the show that reveals science and fact so you'll make better decisions. On this episode, the bottled water ripoff, plus a wet t-shirt contest that pits bottled water versus tap water. By the way, that is a gorgeous ass. Of course, I'm talking about mine. But first, tonight's program is brought to you by Adorable Puppies, Inc., a new streaming video service like Netflix or Hulu, except it's the only site that features 100% independently produced factual entertainment. Shows that are uncensored, uncompromising, unregulated, and 100% ad-free. The show's creators have nearly 30 Emmy nominations among them. Plus, they don't answer to any network executives or any corporate boards. And there isn't any of the government-mandated content restrictions that water down, dilute, or affect nearly all other television programs. In fact, all the series on Adorable Puppies, Inc. will give you factual information that you cannot find anywhere else. Science and technology on This versus That. Sex, dating, and gender differences on Get Sex Tonight. And pop culture behind the scenes at Pizza with Writers. It's information that will save you time, money, and even your life. Information that will make you laugh. Information that will help you make better decisions. And more importantly, it'll be information that'll make you smarter than your friends. There's more than 25 hours of streaming series available 24 hours a day. Watch it on any of your devices. And all you pay is just a one-time fee of $3.99. However, if you use the code BeLessStupid at checkout, you can save 25%. That's AdorablePuppiesInc.com, AdorablePuppiesInc.com. 100% independent, uncensored, unregulated, factual entertainment. Water. It's as ubiquitous as, well, water. And yet, Americans spend more than $12 billion a year to buy it in a bottle. And that's just the water that we drink. Actually, it's closer to $13 billion if you count the bottled water used in Hollywood to put out all the brush fires. Yup, all the elite liberal showbiz cucks demand fires near their home be fought with bottled water. Also, firefighters are urged not to trample any of the precious kale gardens. All that wasted money, despite the remarkable engineering miracle perfected over 200 years, requiring thousands of miles of pipe, pumps, filtering stations, chemical science, and security that results in clean drinking water flowing unimpeded from faucets in nearly every home on the planet. In fact, the only engineering miracle from the last 200 years I can think of that even comes remotely close to the global ubiquity of clean, convenient drinking water is Keith Richards. Seriously, how the fuck is that guy still alive? His drug use makes Charlie Sheen's drug use look like he's singing in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir on Christmas. I don't mean on a regular Sunday matinee. Look, here's the fact. Convincing people to pay for water is the greatest achievement in advertising history, if you don't count the shocking success of all of this crap. So, how did this happen? How did the bottled water industry convince Americans to pay the kind of money that falls out of Kim Kardashian's ass for what is essentially free? And by the way, you know that is how she keeps the money up there, neatly bundled, with wrappers, not loose like some gutter slut. I mean, who do you think she is, Kendall? Where was I? Oh yes, Big Water needed to do two things to convince consumers to buy that which is free. One, demonstrate bottled water's convenience. After all, they're right. It is easier to buy a bottle of water every time you're thirsty versus running home or installing a faucet in your ass. Not that Poland Spring didn't test market that once. But convenience isn't the fulcrum that raised this teeter-totter. No, all it took was just two words. Pa and Nick. 25 years ago, the first ad for Perrier ran on American TV, introducing viewers to a magical water that bubbled up from beneath World War II's Nazi sympathizers, and it smelled like farts.
And the mixer par excellence.
Since this 1979 ad, the beverage industry has spent billions to convince consumers that 1, tap water tastes like a cat's ass, that tap water contains dangerous toxins, and 3, that tap water will kill you, and that the only way to avoid near certain death from thirst was to drink bottled water. Of course, it took American ingenuity to add the convenience and style of the squeezy sport top, because for too many of us, slurping from a regular bottle is harder than a first-round Jeopardy puzzle. Pat, I would like to make a guess. Who is Tim Crust? Now, before I compare the cost of tap water and bottled water, I want you to think for just a second. Take a guess. How much does 1 gallon of tap water actually cost you? 50 cents? No, that is too much. 25 cents? Nope, still too much. 1 cent? You're not even close. Half a cent? Sonny and Cher are closer, and he's dead for 18 years. 1/10 of a cent? Nope. 1/100th of a cent, maybe you guessed. You're not even in the same ballpark. Tap water costs about 0.004 cents a gallon. That's 4/1000ths of a penny. And by the way, if you can cut a penny into 1,000 pieces, I know a Colombian drug lord who would like to buy that knife from you. Let me put water's cost into perspective for you. An 8-minute shower that uses 17 gallons of water will set you back 6/100ths of a cent. Got to flush a deuce? That uses 1.6 gallons of water and costs 6/1000ths of a cent. My pool holds about 25,000 gallons of water. To fill it, it would cost me about $100. Okay, so how much more does bottled water cost compared to tap water? Lots more. Actually, not lots. It's more like lots times. Holy fuck! Anyway, let's start with buying bottled water in bulk. If you were to buy 35 of the 16.9-ounce bottles of Crystal Geyser from Amazon, that'll cost you $26.85. When you do the math, you discover that at that price, you're paying the equivalent of $5.81 a gallon. 24 of the same size bottles of Fiji water will cost you at Amazon $21.43, or the equivalent of $6.77 per gallon. At Costco, they sell that Glaciaux Smart Water, 12 1-liter bottles. You can buy them for $12.49, or the equivalent of $3.94 per gallon. At Ralph's, you can get a half dozen of the 16.9-ounce bottles of Fiji water. That'll cost you $6.99, or you're gonna actually pay the equivalent of $8.82 per gallon. At Walmart, actually, you'd be surprised, it's actually a whole lot worse. 24 bottles of Crystal Geyser, you're gonna pay the equivalent of $9.13 a gallon. The same amount of that Voss artisan water, you're going to pay the equivalent of $15.85 a gallon. And if you want the convenience of those cute 8-ounce bottles of Poland Springs, Walmart's got 12 bottles for $36.75, or the equivalent of $49 per gallon. That's right, $49 a gallon. And you're going to hugely overpay too if you buy your water 1 bottle at a time. At CVS, the 33.9-ounce bottle of Aquafina costs $2.19, or the equivalent of $8.26 a gallon. Even worse, the 23.7-ounce bottle of Arrowhead costs $1.67, or the equivalent of $9.01 a gallon. Now look, it is possible to get cheaper bottled water, but you have to search, and you're still going to overpay. Costco, for example, has Arrowhead bottles that work out to about 78 cents a gallon. And they also sell the Kirkland brand in a jug for the equivalent of about 64 cents a gallon. Let's look at one more set of numbers. Suppose you drink just one of the $2.19 33.9-ounce bottles of Aquafina from CVS just 300 days a year. That's going to cost you $657. From your tap, that same amount of water will cost you 31 cents. Okay, so look, you get it. Bottled water is expensive. But look, some people are comfortable paying a premium if the product is better than its competitor. So surely bottled water must taste better, right? It has more nutrients in it, right? It's chemically balanced for my active lifestyle, right? Actually, 40% of all bottled water sold in the US is just municipal tap water that may or may not have been filtered maybe one more time. Fuck! Okay, so look, just because tap water tastes the same and costs exponentially more money doesn't mean it's all bad, right? I mean, maybe it has benefits that aren't as readily apparent. For example, maybe bottled water is better for a wet t-shirt contest. Anyway, I wanted to find out. Up first, this is model Jessica Binks. She's going to wet down her shirt using some very expensive Fiji bottled water, which actually really does come from the Pacific island of Fiji. Okay, look, I hate to be the Simon Cowell of all of this thing, but I didn't think that was very good. Not very good at all. In fact, as Donald Trump might say, #sad. Next, it was my turn. And so I wet down my shirt using ordinary tap water. Now, that is what I call sexy. Ladies, call me. Now look, I don't want to be a Pollyanna about all of this. There are, have been, and will be in the future issues with our municipal water supply. Flint, Michigan being a prime example. However, those issues are rare, and yes, I recognize that we all have different taste and require different conveniences. So, what can you do to be less stupid and also save yourself some money? 1. Get a thermos. Fill it with water from your faucet. You want it cold? Add ice. Carry it around. Number 2, if you think that your municipal water tastes crappy, put one of these $15 filters on your faucet and it'll fix it. So, instead of saving $657 a year, you'll save $642. Boom! That is your Obama tax cut. So, that's it for this episode of Be Less Stupid. If you have gotten this far into the show, let me say this. Thank you very much. And please, share this video with your friends. And I will see you next time on Be Less Stupid.